People are saying his source of wealth is questionable. Sure, you know. So we have to go back and look at that part too. Okay, do top cops go to events of rich people? How many top cops do that? Okay, we're not saying it's wrong. Personally, me, I don't think it's wrong. If I have my birthday and I want to invite Kyari, I like Kyari. I really admire his work. I like Kyari, I admire his work, but what is coming out about him is very, very hard. Now, since Monday night that these FBI guys arrived, what do they want? They want to recover the money that they say Kyari allegedly received from Hushpuppi. They monitored his trip, okay, to Dubai in September of 2019. And remember, the bigger picture is that Hushpuppi has done a plea deal. What is a plea deal? Okay, I'm going to plead guilty. I stole. I did scam. Okay, I'm going to tell everybody who is involved. That's what he's doing now. He's getting his plea deal done. If he does that now, Hushpuppi might end up getting 5 years. Not even 10 or 15 or the 20 he's facing.
Even 3-4 years, sir.
Because he's calling everybody out now. So you can expect more people. There are politicians in the mix. Now, let's tell you about the EFCC. That young boy at the EFCC, what's his name? I don't even know. The 40-year-old boy running the EFCC. He said he can't arrest Kyari because it's a police matter. Let me tell you that. Let me elaborate on that. He cannot arrest Kyari because it's a police matter. But if it's a young Nigerian boy, the EFCC will arrest him.
Without warrant.
For the FBI.
Without warrant.
What's the name of those two guys that own that club in the island? Tania Omotayo's husband and his partner. They've arrested them because they said they were doing BEC crimes to fund that club and that the FBI has a warrant for them. Those guys are behind bars. Are they going to be extradited? We have a problem. Nigeria does not have an extradition treaty with the United States. That's the bigger picture. We tried and tried and tried to extradite Buruji Kashamu. Kashamu was not extradited. He ended up being the only one in that big drug case that was not even tried. Now, because of that, you know, he stayed as a fugitive forever. However, he's dead now of COVID-19. Obasanjo was the one trying to extradite him. And when he died, you saw what Obasanjo wrote about him. Obasanjo just wrote his own regular bullshit, saying, you know, you can't hide forever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fast forward. EFCC said they cannot arrest Super Cop Abbakyari. It is a police matter. Now, you gotta remember that the FBI has always works alongside the anti-graft agency, the EFCC. Now, when did the FBI start working with Nigerian police? At no one time. Now, this is a corruption case. If, in fact, he collected money from Hushpuppi, but is it corruption or is it money for services? Did Abbakyari meet with Hushpuppi in Dubai to collect some dollars in exchange for arresting Vincent Chibuzo, or what's his name? Vincent is now arrested in the US in that case. Okay, because Kyari arrested him in Nigeria, locked him up, snapped a picture of him in the jail, and sent it to Hushpuppi. Oh yeah, I've arrested him.
So,
but
Mama, Doctor, hold on. So that is where now the problem is from now. So now there's evidence of, you understand?
Yeah.
So it means there's a conspiration. There's a conspiration. So in other words, Abbakyari is already involved in that aspect. For him to play
there's only conspiration. Conspiracy.
There's a conspiracy theory. There's a conspiracy there. So because
no, slow down. There's no theory. Cut the word theory out. Nigeria, you see, you're an SBNI already. Sam Cliff, smart but not intelligent. Conspiracy. Conspiracy theory is one way. Conspiracy theories. One sockpe, you know, it's conspiracy, no theory near it. Okay, the conspiracy because
there's a conspiracy because they've seen evidence for the fact that he took the picture and he sent it to Hushpuppi. I've done this job for you, which is a dirty job. That is corruption. Yeah. Now that job is not supposed to. That's not a service job.
You can't prove it. You can't prove that it's corruption.
Wait. You say I'm not. Should be said smart not intelligent. Let me now prove it. Now, you're a policeman. The job of a police is what? To secure lives and properties. Against what? Against criminals, against robbers, against kidnappers. Now, you're supposed to be protecting the citizens. But instead, now there's what called hierarchy. Now, because you feel you have the power, which is gone. You have numbers and you have whatever it is, which Hushpuppi already had. Now, Hushpuppi used that same influence, and based on the fact there's what called buying people, he already bought his trust. You feel me? So now, Hushpuppi now conspired and with him to, based on the fact that he had more power over Vincent. That is where the greed comes from. That's why they say as small shits, they stay in ash. So
okay, but listen, go ahead, finish up. Or should let me continue here. So what? So
at that moment, at that point in time, that is not the service of the police. Now that is a service of that's kidnapping. That is an intentional, you understand? That is a crime. Now you've committed a crime against what you're supposed to be, people you're supposed to be protecting. You've abused your power. You've abused your position.
Now, let me go back to that, because this is where the lawyers come in. If I was Kyari's lawyer, I will argue that. And let me explain that to you as a journalist that analyzes situations. What I want to say is this. When somebody duped my mom of 75,000 naira, the person said, the pastor has returned from UK and they need 75K to put him in a hotel in Lagos, and then 50K to the hotel, 25K for the transportation back to Ibadan. My mother gave them that money. Sure, you understand me? The person that called was calling from that pastor's church. So my mother sent the money to them, wired it. When the pastor actually arrived, the pastor called my mom and said, I have not boarded the plane in London. Who called you that I need a 50,000 hotel and a 25K? My mom said, but your secretary or your PA, somebody from your church. The pastor said, I didn't ask anybody to call. My mom now found out, oh my God, it was a scammer. Now, the person who called my mom's phone almost 15 times. And after my mom sent the money, alerts came in, the person didn't call my mom anymore. So I now called the police. Nigerian police asked us for money to do an investigation and track the person's GPS to make that arrest.
Yeah, we know. I know
When they asked us for the money, American police will not ask you for money. It is their job. They have budgets, police funding and budgets. But Nigerian police has almost zero budget. Their bosses on top have all the money.
No fuel. They don't have fuel in their car.
No fuel. The officers are getting 25,000 with 5 children at home. They're living in barracks. They have no hope of buying their own house. Nothing. So they charge for investigations here. Now, as soon as I heard that money part, my mom just said, forget it. I'm a former first lady. I don't want to be in the news. My mom just said, forget it. She wasn't paying that money. But I gave you that example to tell you how investigations are done. When Hushpuppi called Kyari to come to Dubai, okay, they monitored everything and Hushpuppi's driver picks him up. You know, Daddy Free's name came up, and I spoke to Freeze last night. I said, Freeze, your name came up in the article. The FBI knows of you because you are the one eating dinner with him when that phone call came. The phone call from Alomari saying that money come out to 900 and something thousand. You have to go and watch that video. Freeze has taken that video down. He doesn't want the controversy. But the video might be on Hushpuppi's page. You have to scroll through so many things. The video shows Hushpuppi dining with Daddy Freeze after giving me a tour of the house. Oh, my driver makes 100K a month. A phone call came. He picked the phone to his ears and said, oh, Freeze, I'm coming. He entered the room to go and make the phone call. That is the phone call the FBI played to us as reporters. And when we heard it, it's, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm on the plane. Plane is landed. The signal is poor. Let me get to the terminal. When we get to the terminal, network will be better. I'll send you the screenshot. Okay. The next stage is for Hushpuppi to move the money and launder it. 922,000. The money for a law firm client who refinanced real estate. Someone else's money. They tricked that person. Alomari, the hacker, had gotten to the money, and now Hushpuppi has to move the money through Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, 3 major banks. I don't know how Chase let him open a bank account in the name of Malik. That's the name he used over there, Malik Abbas. And you know Americans, they will never look at your name. The minute they see Abbas, they it's his middle name. Well, Olukemi Olunloyo and Oluyemi Olunloyo. For years, they thought me and my sister was the same. So they have to pay attention on these names. Now, when Kyari arrived in Dubai, the major thing is, what did he go there for? To collect money for an investigation. Is this right or wrong? Technically, it's not wrong because police charge for investigation. But could he not wire that?
No, it is wrong because it is wrong because it's Nigerian. So I want to say it's wrong.
Okay, but wait. We are Nigerians. Don't badmouth ourselves. Wait and listen. You know the people can't comment. They will comment after when we open question and answer session. Sam Clef, when he traveled to Dubai, the question I raised was, why couldn't Kyari get Hushpuppi to wire the money to him in Nigeria to begin the investigation? Because the investigation will be a police investigation and it has to go to the police account. But instead, it went to his account. That's where it gets fraudulent. So you are right in a way. But he did not want that money wired over there. He instead flew Kyari to Dubai, which is the same thing with Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu was offered $10 million to fund him with his Biafra agitation. His sponsors were going to give him $10 million. Okay, the money they got in those accounts are big money. America has frozen the accounts. America froze the IPOB account. So let me tell you, when they offered Nnamdi $10 million, the phone call that Nnamdi had, the DSS monitored it. I heard that phone call. What he said, oh, I'm coming down there myself because of the amount of money. $10 million, you don't want anyone to collect that. I will come and get it myself. That's what they used to bait him and they caught him there. You see what I'm saying? So Kyari did not want that money wired. If they wire it to him in Nigeria, there will be a paper trail. Sure, you know, EFCC will be asked to freeze his account and they will see the alert. Sure, you get my point? So for a money launderer that kept $41 million in cash inside his house, all he had to do was go to the money room and take some cash and give it to Kyari. Sure, you understand? That cash was proceeds of Hushpuppi's crime. So Hushpuppi had to tell on Kyari. Do you know how many cameras they may have used to bug them? Kyari carried his money allegedly and flew back to Nigeria, arrested the boy, and then locked him up and snapped and sent it. Hushpuppi, job well done. Now, it was when Vincent Chibuzo was released. According to Kyari, you know, Kyari was still laughing on his social pages this morning. I mean, you don't know, yesterday morning. Yeah. He was still laughing, saying, all of you trying to cause my demise is a joke. He was not laughing, no, by 6 p.m. All his pages were offline, no. Remember what he said? When Chibuzo came out of the prison, you know, Chibuzo has been arrested by the FBI in America. When Chibuzo came out of prison, remember what he said? Kyari said, I investigated him and I found out that Chibuzo did not threaten Hushpuppi's family. Because what he said, what Hushpuppi said is that I wanted him to arrest somebody who threatened my family. Sure, you understand? Why was Chibuzo arrested? It was over a money deal. Kyari specifically said the reason he arrested him was because he was told that he threatened somebody's family. But when he discovered, no, it was just a money issue, they released him.
So now, he didn't know why he was arresting the guy.
He didn't know. He just said, okay, it was because he threatened Hushpuppi's family. But when he released the guy, he said that he did not threaten anyone. It's just a money issue between both of them. Now, according to Chibuzo said he paid his way out. Sure, you understand me?
Yeah.
He said, you're not going to hear that in any news. These are exclusives I'm giving you. Chibuzo said he paid his way out. So did Chibuzo pay Abbakyari too? The FBI is saying yes. So now, Chibuzo has been arrested with the others. But guess what? Sam Clef, these boys, they are on bail now. Chibuzo and the girls, they are all on bail. But they seized their passports so they can't travel out. Sure, you understand?
Why did
and they are
here?
In America. What I don't understand is after Kyari arrested Chibuzo in 2019, that one flew back to America. So he might be carrying a US passport. All of them are going to lose their US passports. I'm telling you, they're going to revoke all of them. So he traveled back to America. Then when they linked him to the businessman, the 1.1 million that the businessman lost, okay, they now arrested all of them. Chibuzo and one other person and 2 girls. They arrested them last week now, July 22nd, okay? This boy, Hushpuppi, did a plea deal in April. So now, July 22, they are surprising people by arresting them. So why do they want Kyari? Because the proceeds of that crime is with him. Why don't you just say, okay, give me my money back? You see where Nigeria is different from America. In Nigeria, when you do some crimes, when you pay it back, that's it. Okay, they won't give you jail time. James Ibori stole money. He paid it back. They gave him nothing. But the British jailed him. This is what they're doing in corruption. You're supposed to lock people up. Now let's go back to the EFCC. The EFCC is daft right now. They are daft right now. Smart but not intelligent. Kyari's matter is all over the place. Across panels inside Nigeria and outside. If you type Nigeria on Google, the first thing that comes out is Kyari and the athletes. Belson Okagure expelled from the Olympics for doping. 10 of our athletes doping. Where are our athletes? All the other athletes said they cannot perform because they have suspended them. We're using what sinking care? We have sank. We are using drugs now in our Olympic team. We won the gold for basketball and soccer in Atlanta 1996. We are now using drugs, doping that has made many people be expelled from the Olympics. We are now doing it. How can the president even concentrate? Now, let me tell you something. The way they need to do this is because these guys are toying around with the final destruction of the MPF. If they try to shield Kyari, EFCC said, I can't do his police matter. Police has, PSC, Police Service Commission has announced that we will either suspend, or dismiss Kyari, or put him on probation based on the findings. The PSC is going to draw those, Nigerian law system. They will pull that case for 3-4 years. FBI go tire. You know what I mean? FBI go tire. Now, the FBI is not like our daft PFCTO.
See, Nigerian justice is a big call. What's going to happen? The least is going to happen that Abbakyari is going to be a fugitive. That's the list that's going to happen to him. He can't travel out of Nigeria.